Is this you at the end of the month? Shopping for that shoe you're only gonna wear once, paying bills, paying off your loans, and at the end of everything you're broke. Do you even care about that money? Or you just wanna live for the moment, party, drink, and have fun? Keeping up with a life that only shows other people how great you are. But let me ask you this. Which is worth more to you? This or this? There are persons here who have not placed a single dollar towards their future. But you only live once. Isn't it time for your family, your generation to stop starting from zero each time? And it all can start with you. But some persons are going to say, hey, I just make $25,000 per fortnight. How am I going to save? Rule number 1. The first thing you do, pay yourself. Don't pay JPS. Don't pay Flow. Don't pay your mortgage. Don't pay the water cable bill. Pay yourself. So let's work with that $2,500. If you take $4,000 and work with that, you will have $21,000 to use, keeping within your budget. No, you're not going to buy anything out of that $4,000. You're going to split it up, $1,000 into a bank account that you can hide away for emergencies, and $3,000 into stocks, bonds, mutual funds, because they're very cheap. And you're going to have a lot to choose from. You can choose to invest with Barita, NCB Capital Markets, JMMB Investments, Jamaica National, you name it, we have it. Now, rule 2 is you need to read and learn. Every little information in the business sector, in the newspapers, on Instagram, on social media, on company websites, everything that is happening in the world is good information. You can apply it to help to make your decision. And you can use the internet to learn more about investments and various investment strategies. Although this is the purpose of this channel. Now, rule number 3 would say that you need to look for opportunities. So you're out there in the street. Which would you rather do? Be the person that is renting the house or the owner of the house as a person in the street? Looking for opportunities, right? That is how you're going to make things happen. So you have NHT benefits. You can use it to buy a house, rent it, Airbnb it. You can even buy land and lease that land, plant crops on that land. If you have a skill, use that skill, turn it into something that you can monetize. It's not about quick money, right? Now, let's take a look on the whole notion of investment. There are different ways you can invest, the different strategies, but we're going to look at various assets. Now, firstly, we need to know bonds. So let's say I run a company or even the government and I need money to do something. Let's say buy a new car for the business. Now, instead of printing new money, which can cause inflation, we can issue a bond. Now, a bond is a type of loan that companies or governments issue that will help them to raise money. And the thing about bonds is that when you invest a particular amount, let's say $100,000 at a 6% interest annually for 3 years, just as the simple interest from high school, you know that you're going to get back that $100,000 at the end of the 3 years. But every year they're going to pay 6% of that $100,000 back to you. And at the end of the 3 years, you get back your $100,000. Now, bonds are a long-term strategy. They're relatively safe, but you have to do your research. Just as every type of investment, you have to do your research. All right, stocks. Let's say I want to raise some money without borrowing from persons. What I can do is that I issue stocks. Now, stocks are a small part of a company. So when you own a stock, you basically own a part of that company. Now, when you own a stock, you can make money from 2 main ways. Either dividends. This is where the company, when they make a profit, they pay it back to you. Or by the price going up. Just as though in primary school, you had bag juice, for instance, that was selling for $5. I know you can get a bag juice for about $20. Over time, prices rise. And the fact that prices rise means that if you hold a stock for a particular amount of time, you can make money from that. All right. It's all about supply and demand. So if there's too much stock on the market, the price may go down. If there's a shortage of the stock, the price may go up. If it's a case that there are a lot of persons selling off stocks, the price may go down. But here's a quick thing when you're looking at stocks. Now here's a good analogy for stocks. Be greedy when others are selling off, and be cautious when others are greedy. All right. So keep in mind that. Now, stocks are a risky kind of thing. You need to understand the company, you need to understand the business, you need to understand the stock market, and you also need to understand how the company grows over time. But let's say you don't have the time to actually sit down and look up all that. What you can actually do, you can invest in a mutual funds. Now, just as how you buy that combo snack at the supermarket, a mutual fund is like a combo snack. It's a bunch of stocks that are bundled together. So many investment companies, they buy and group stocks together in a mutual fund and sell that mutual fund to persons. Some may offer from 8% to 25% per annum interest on your money. So if you want to invest, these are just some options. We're going to look on various different options and how they work over this time. So when you decide to invest, what you need to remember is that you need to understand what you're investing in, do your research, and subscribe to this channel to learn more about investments in Jamaica and the various companies and investment opportunities that may arise.